pause, I think I can actually draw that scene. Now, unfortunately, my 10th rewatch of One Piece is going to be plagued with copyright issues, so just to avoid them, I'll probably start every episode with an MS Paint drawing. Now, that last episode was about 12 hours total to edit, with 4 or 5 of them being taken up by this. But Auto ID struck either way, and it hit hard. Normally, I'd go back and re-edit to avoid content ID issues, but I was just so tired and I decided to dispute the claim. Sadly, Toei is very unlikely to recognize fair use, so I'll probably just have to re-edit and re-upload that video later. For future videos, I'll try to work around content ID. That way, they're not going to be 2 days late and they're not going to be at risk of deletion. But with the stupid problems dealt with, we're on episode 2, Zoro.
You mean we're actually gonna reach the place we originally set out for? Of course, it's nothing. I'm just using the skills that every sailor should have.
This line and interaction might be my favorite in the entire first 3 episodes just because of how much charm it has, like as a show charm. If you pause here, you'll notice that Zoro's fighting a swordsman, and if you look at Zoro himself, you'll notice that he's using 2 swords even though he has 3, which makes sense because Colby doesn't know how he would use 3 swords. In the anime, you get to see the entirety of Shellstown as an island, and it's extremely vertical, but if you compare that to the manga, Shellstown in the manga is very flat. And also, even throughout the entirety of the episode, Shellstown is pretty flat, so I don't really know why they decided to make it so vertical in this one specific scene. The chewing animation and noises just don't really match up here. Also, what's going on with this guy's face? Come on, animation team.
Hey, is that guy Zoro around here somewhere?
You know, a lot of people say that Luffy has never killed anybody, but this guy right here, that guy's dead. He broke his neck out of pure shock from hearing Zoro's name spoken by Luffy. That's a 1 kill for Luffy this early on in the show.
Captain Morgan!
If you look at the background characters here, you'll notice that they're actually different background characters from the previous reaction shot, which is kind of surprising because I would have thought they would have reused them.
Get down from there! What are you doing? They'll see you!
Colby's voice destroys my ears in this scene. I don't know why. It's so loud.
That hood on his head. And a haramaki.
What's a haramaki? Haramaki. Oh, it's the belly warmer that Zoro is one of the first results. It's the belly warmer. Okay, that makes sense. Also worth mentioning that in the manga, Zoro is said to have a black bandana, whereas in the anime he has a green one. And honestly, I think the anime one is much better because it just fits better with his character.
If we untie those ropes, we can just walk away.
This dumb comment from Luffy reminds me of a scene from Top Gear.
You really broken your arm? Which arm have you broken?
Because it's really the kind of stuff that you only say around your friends.
Hey, you two. You're an eyesore. Get lost.
And yet again, we have the guitar riff that doesn't really fit into One Piece, but I will say it fits better here than it did last episode. There's also a big difference between the manga and the anime here. In the manga, Zoro asks Luffy to untie him and says he's been here for 9 days, and he even offers Luffy somebody's bounty to make it worth his while.
Protect us. He's lost his mind!
I swear this reaction face, like this one specifically, is used in a lot of anime, but I'm gonna be honest, I only really watch One Piece. But if you know an anime where it's used, put it in the comments. Look at how big this wall is in comparison to Riki, and realize that she's climbing down this wall with one hand, because she's using her other hand to hold the rice balls. That's genuinely super impressive. She's probably more athletic than most of you watching this are. She's more athletic than I am, actually. What the hell?
Do not make me kick your ass, little girl!
To be fair to Zoro, he could probably kick her from this distance.
Right, good luck with that.
Bit of a minor difference here, but you can see that in the manga, Helmeppo actually has spots on his clothing and shoes, where in the anime he doesn't. And they probably did this to save on time, because drawing all these spots individually frame by frame would take a lot of time, and it just really isn't worth it.
You're supposed to use salt, you idiot! Salt!
I'm actually with Helmeppo on this one. Sometimes people just have some terrible tastes, and you gotta tell them that their tastes are awful. Also, I feel like you could make a gif out of this.
Too bad.
What's with the JoJo pose that Helmeppo strikes here?
Sorry about this. Try curling up into a ball.
Despite saying sorry about this, the soldier really does toss Riki like he's going for a gold medal at the Olympics. Also, come on, Riki, you didn't even try to curl into a ball.
Only 10 days left.
Also, if you paid attention, you'd probably notice this, but in the manga, Zoro says he's done 9 days, whereas in the anime, he says he only has 10 days left, meaning he's probably done like 19 or 20 days of starvation. There's 2 changes between the manga and anime that I want to point out here. First of all, Zoro chewing is like way worse than the manga. I mean, come on, you can see he's really in pain. And to be fair, he is eating like mostly rocks here.
Thanks for the food.
And mainly, what Zoro says after eating the food is very, very different in the manga compared to the anime. Although I guess the core characteristics are still there. You can actually easily make out this guy saying, "That guy's so dead" in the background, which is pretty uncommon for background voices.
Guy's so dead.
I don't know what to call this, but I love when they do this in the anime. It doesn't happen that much, but every time they do it, I love it.
I suppose I could execute Zoro.
Something I really don't like about the dub here is they introduced ambiguity to whether or not Helmeppo's going to kill Zoro, whereas in the anime and manga, it's definite that he is going to execute Zoro.
You actually hit me!
I like this guy's face in the background. I don't know why.
Gum Gum Rocket!
I think this might be the fastest Gum Gum rocket we've ever seen. What's with this weird guncock noise here? Every single time I watch this, it stands out to me, and not in a good way.
Go into town, find this girl, and kill her. I can't do it.
Hey, that's the voice actor of Captain Smoker.
You killed him!
This line right here bothers me so much every single time that I hear it because it's just completely unnecessary. In the sub, it's clear that he didn't kill the guy, and in the animation especially, it's very obvious that he just bonked him on the head and didn't kill him. This type of thing happens somewhat infrequently, but every single time it happens, it bothers me so much. But I should mention that in the manga itself, he does actually slice and probably kill this guy, so this line sort of makes sense, but still, it really just doesn't fit with the animation, and I think that's really what matters at the end of the day.
Sir, you are correct, sir!
You probably noticed this, but they don't actually draw the eyes of most of the Marines, and that's just to save on animation, because why draw eyes when you can just have like a really dark shadow here?
You there! You bumped it!
How do you know this? There's nothing to indicate that this individual guy bumped it. Come on. It's a good thing Luffy came here, otherwise Morgan would have bonked this guy on the head and killed him.
Seize him and hold him so I can kill him myself!
Now this moment right here, I like this moment a lot because it's just a sudden reaction and sudden change in like the animation and scene, and it really reminds me of when you're reading the manga and you go from one panel to another.
After him! Hurry!
I was going to say something about Nami being at the Marine base here, but to be fair, she is a pirate and she probably knows just how much of a scumbag the guy running this place is. So, fair enough.
You can try shooting me if you want.
I like this specific moment because even if you haven't read the manga, you can tell that it's something directly from the manga, and I like that. Also, it just looks funny.
This looks like yours.
You gotta appreciate that Helmeppo's room literally says, my room. I'd probably do the same thing, to be honest.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates!
I was actually thinking about making this the thumbnail, but I thought Luffy 2 times in a row would be a bit lame. Also, we still don't have the to be continued, but again, it will change pretty soon, so don't worry. That's pretty much everything I have to say about the second episode. This is the first time that I've shown the manga on screen, so I'm hoping I use it well, and I also really hope I don't have to face more copyright issues. We'll see though. For now, the recording is about an hour long, so I'm going to start editing it down, and hopefully this will be up by the end of today.